So our main jumping off point here today is that when our simple linear regression, and by that I mean untransformed, we're going back to the world of least squares where we have a continuous outcome and a continuous predictor. Now, maybe that is not going to work, and we want to do something that's going to transform our covariate so that it does have a linear relationship, or at least we're able to model the true nonlinear relationship between x and y with our linear model. So what we could do is we could just think of the effect of x as some function. And right now, we have just been doing it as a linear function, right? So it's multiplied by some beta. Now, another approach would be to assume that that function can be expressed as a linear combination of multiple functions of x. So here, what we're doing is we have many simple transformations of the original variable x, and we'll use different basis functions of x and kind of add up those additional effects to show the overall effect. And I know that sounds a little bit confusing, but it'll make more sense when we go through some examples. So the first type of basis functions that we can use are polynomial. So this should be something that you're much more familiar with. Now, when you actually add a polynomial function to your covariate in R, this is what is actually happening. So you're estimating a different beta for each of the different components of that curve. So that gives you some flexibility. Basically, this is just saying we want 3 different cut points of x, and we want to estimate whether it's positive or negative between those. We could also do a dummy indicator, which is, again, something that you're very familiar with, right? So if we had something that was 1 rather than 0, that would be our beta 2, right? It is the additive effect of going from 0 to 1. So that's something that we've already walked through and are very familiar with. Now, something else that you may be a little less familiar with is maybe a periodic function. And here, this would be something that might be useful for, I don't know, an outcome that is impacted in a seasonal way. So maybe something to do with weather, or maybe even carbon dioxide emissions. Those things would fluctuate with seasons.